The savanna, being mostly in Africa and some parts of Asia, Australia, and South Africa, it is easily one of the most eccentric biomes in the world, ranging from unique animals that make a balanced ecosystem to one of the most beautiful views you can get from a sunset in the world. It is truly a peaceful biome, and every single aspect of it is what makes it special. The biotic factors are varied. You have the various species of antelopes that serve as food for the carnivores of the savanna, such as cheetahs and lions. Then there is a very unique group of animals such as the elephant, rhino, and giraffes, which all have multiple traits that differentiate them from any other animal in the world right now. The plants are most commonly grasses, but every so often there is a group of acacia trees for the giraffes and elephants to eat out of. The abiotic factors are things like the soil, the climate, and the topography. The soil in the savanna is mostly used up, and that is to grow things like grass, but as mentioned before, there are a couple of trees. The climate is a tropical one, and the topography is a mostly flat plain-like biome, with some exceptions like cliffs. The most important biogeochemical cycle is the carbon cycle, which is what makes the biome work. Carbon is dispersed throughout the biosphere, pedosphere, geosphere, hydrosphere, and the atmosphere through multiple actions that the plants and animals in the ecosystem do. However, the uniqueness of the biome comes with some negatives, and mainly poaching. In definition, poaching is the act of illegally hunting or catching animals on land that is not one's own or in a contravention of official protection. There will now be an excerpt of explicit footage of poaching. Please, if you are sensible to this kind of footage, look away now. So, as you can clearly see, poaching is an immense problem that has to be solved immediately. So what is being done to control this? Most recently, the Kenyan government has been making a lot of control over ivory exports, and to show their position against ivory selling, they burned hundreds of tusks to show their opposition to such a hunt. Regarding scientific approaches to the topic, there are two main solutions: captive breeding and drones. Captive breeding is seen as morally and ethically as correct, since it is simply having the process of reproduction at an enclosed space where the population of the animals can expand safely. Many associations in Africa are funding this process, and there are multiple charities that are also funding the breeding. Drones are another scientific approach to the controlling of poaching. The drones, which are expensive for now, can detect the poachers at night through infrared lights, and these are then quickly reported to the anti-poaching teams that then attack the poachers. These drones do not use anything from the ecosystem, and it doesn't make any direct contact with the humans. It is simply used to control poaching, the only thing being that the cost for it is pretty high. Both these applications have been impactful for the positive. However, scientists are looking for other approaches since these solutions have still not avoided the extinction of animals like the white rhino, which is most literally at the verge of extinction with no males alive. Drones, as mentioned before, are expensive, and being a new technology, scientists are still working on new ways to avoid poaching. Although science has done its best to fight poaching, it has not been impactful enough nowadays to make poaching a problem of the past. Morally, both these solutions are good, incentivized by the governments, and made ecosystem friendly, especially regarding the drone. Economically, it is a bigger problem not only regarding the drones, since building these drones is pretty expensive, but captive breeding can be expensive regarding the many different species that are contained, but it depends a lot on the species. In conclusion, the savanna is a beautiful biome, having one of the most unique and diverse groups of animals anywhere in the world. However, poaching is the biggest problem regarding the savanna, and science has been sure to influence the problem with captive breeding and drones. Both of these are being funded by multiple charities, and local governments are also incentivizing the project, which shows the good morals behind these solutions. The cost of the drones are still pretty high, but the funding that has gone to it is definitely helping to make poaching a lesser problem than it is today.